All right, so we're already on the rift. We have a Scion mid. I mean, there's not much. I'll be honest. There's not much
Well, it
damage
looks
on
like
CSU side. Really, not much damage.
not much gonna come out of that either. Just a ward onto that red buff.
And Soraka deep. Yeah, Soraka very deep on the red buff. That's really good ward though. But yeah, I feel like I definitely like the UH draft a lot more. I mean, Scion mid, right? They're gonna have no AP this game. They have, they have Camille, Xin, Scion, Ezreal. Like the only AP is Soraka, and that's like barely nothing, or that's barely anything
Yeah,
here. And Ezreal's
H really forced them
Ezreal,
into a corner with their draft.
Ezreal starting a tier 2 is like into Ashe Varus is a little ambitious. I think like that's a really strong early like bot lane for UH. I'm assuming, yeah, Halo Blades Ashe. So I mean, they do have Soraka, but ever since Doran's buff, I'm a fan of at least a Doran's like D Blade start.
And as the game comes to a start here, we're already going to see a little bit of pressure getting built up by the Ashe and Varus bot lane. There's really not much Ezreal can do to respond to this. Soraka's struggling a little bit. Oh no, things are just not happening down here. The
Oh, ambitious flash by Ashe.
But
first blood goes to
it
Varus.
looks like Varus. And bear in mind, Colorado's trading their ADC for that support bot lane. It's not like Soraka can do much to salvage the situation here.
It's not too bad. I feel like they should have actually just. I mean, the outcome is good, but I feel like they should have just taken the dub on the trade there and just back off, because realistically, Ezreal's going to be able to catch this entire wave. And like sometimes, like especially in the early game, you kind of want your enemy laner to be, 20% HP, rather than for them to like trade a kill and get a reset.
It looks like UH is going for a gank in the top lane.
Should be a kill onto. Oh, I mean, Zin's
was able to finally, but see a flash from the Sejuani doesn't quite land the mark for that stun. Passive.
So, flashes down top side, top jungle for CSU. Only flash used for Sejuani. Really good trade. I don't know if you're hearing a delay too, but it sounds kind of delayed for me on the stream, like the flashes. Yeah, we'll see how this Karma versus Scion pick goes. Like, Scion wants to shove the wave in and get mid-power, but Karma does really well into... Oh,
it looks like top side. Aatrox is going to start the fight. Sejuani comes in.
Should be a kill.
And
nice, great gank. Camille would be TPing back, so she doesn't miss this wave at least, but that's still really good for Aatrox early to be ahead.
We could trade here in the mid lane. Not too much going on right now. Drag is going to come up soon. Looks like Colorado might want to position towards there. At least since wants that scuttle. Some control around that area.
Karma level 5. Karma does TP back. Karma has... I mean, I'm sure she's...
Ooh! Bit of a nasty trade here in the bot lane.
Should be a kill onto Ezreal.
See Ezreal getting focused. Ashe ends up dying too, though. Oh. Xin comes down to try and assist, but is unable to land.
Good movement back from Ooga Booga LoL.
Oof, piercing arrow almost lands, but not quite.
Sejuani is bot lane. I'm wondering if Sejuani is gonna just opt for drag. I mean, they should. Personally, I would go for grubs. Grubs are really OP. A jungler holding this wave. Oh, they're just looking to shove this in, and maybe drag, because Xin Zhao does need to reset. Xin Zhao has no items here.
Clear up some vision bot lane. They know no one's there, but again, they did get that scuttle earlier, so they're gonna know Sejuani is going to path.
Interesting buy from the Scion. Cloak. What is it called? What is that item called? Is it Negatron?
Negatron cloak, yep.
Maybe he didn't have money for Merc Treads, but this is definitely a Merc Treads game for CSU side.
Looks like Xin Zhao caught in a bit of a weird position in between this Ashe Sejuani and this Karma.
Okay, we are getting
Looks like he's gonna opt for a
grubs.
gank mid.
A little interesting. A lot of time wasted for the Xin Zhao not really doing anything.
Yeah.
He knows. I mean, I guess they don't know that Ashe is top, but like it's uncontestable. Because Ashe is top, it's Soraka's bot. But all lanes pushed for UHE. They have much better lane prow in general. Like Camille will never have prow into that lane.
Good trade here in the mid lane. See Varus holding out on his own bot lane. A huge wave coming in for him to catch here. Ashe makes it back down. W lands. We see the ult come from Varus, and the piercing arrow finds its mark. They go in onto the Ezreal, trying to focus him down.
Good
we see a flash come out to dodge the Ez ult, and he goes down.
They might be able to look for a little more.
Chasing. They keep going, keep chasing. And she gets Soraka, just an absolute tiger pouncing on their prey down there in the bot lane. Mid also have a lot of control over this Scion here.
Scion out of health and mana. He's gonna have to reset on his cannon wave, but Karma with her push is most likely gonna get it in. Xin should be covering mid here after red to at least catch the wave. If possible, so at least they lose a little less. Unless the Scion's a freak, he might just ult in mid lane. Oh no, he switches to Ignite. Oh, he has Unsealed Spellbook.
Yes.
With technology.
Looks like Xin Zhao's gonna catch that wave for him.
If I were Xin, I would have pushed that next wave in too, because Scion is walking bot for maybe an ult, which is great. Bot lane, I'm sure, communicated with the Scion that both of UH's bot laners have no flash. They're pretty immobile without flashes, but Sejuani is covering, and they have no TPs, but it should be fine. Like,
looks like we're gonna have a fight brewing here in the bot lane.
Here comes Scion ult.
In. Sejuani tries to take it, unable to. Chains of Correction go up, and we get a triple. Xin Zhao goes in.
I
Looks
think
like Ashe and Sejuani go down.
Hey, here comes Karma from the mid lane
Karma
though.
rotates, but it's too
what
late.
The heck? Ezreal
whiffs. Looks like they're gonna go for a tower
Varus
dive.
being a little too aggressive, but it's okay. I mean, they lose 3 here. Great play by CSU. I think UH didn't really expect the Scion to be there as well. It's a little unlucky both Ashe and Sejuani were hit by the Scion ultimate. But that should be Dragon going into CSU. Actually, Karma's
going in onto the Ezreal, ends up landing her W.
They might actually be able to pick up kills. They'll
Looks like Ashe goes in. Sejuani comes in from the pit to engage. Gets onto the Xin Zhao, but gets turned on by Scion and Soraka. Looks like UH steals the dragon.
What?
Right. Big fight coming in. Soraka's already down. We see Xin Zhao also fall.
Oh,
All right,
great
Ash,
E by
you get a
Ezreal, but I don't think it matters.
20 ends up coming out. Ezreal goes down. We see Sion get rooted, and Varus does his thing.
Honestly, great play by Lasius. You know, playing it slow around the fight, not immediately going to Dragon, like for, you know, a 3-man, just focusing on Ezreal. That was a great play by Vinley. Sion just going just full MR. I mean, I get it, but oh, ult onto the Soraka.
Corruption get on.
Ash is still level 5.
Looks like Ezreal's going to try and see to clean up the Varus. Ooh, ult comes out. Ash has got to run away, but it's going to be unable to. Bot lane from Colorado getting a double.
One kill to the Ezreal.
Not good. That Ez is... Oof, big wave too.
I wonder how much... I wonder if Varus was sitting on Bork Gold, but I think personally Ash has been level 5 for like very long time now. I think he should get 6, considering he's playing Ash.
Yes.
I think off that wave he would have hit 6 anyways. So maybe they could have waited for that a little bit, but I mean, once Ash gets 6, like no, even though Ezreal just picked up like, you know, Ezreal's at 5 kills, they should still be pretty vulnerable, like especially the Soraka. Because while Ezreal has cleanse and E, Soraka has nothing really.
And it looks like topside here, we're going to see UH go for these Void Grubs that Xin Zhao tried to take earlier but got contested off of due to Karma.
Soraka is here now for the roam, but no one else is here, so it's just kind of just wasting time.
UH are going to respond to that bot lane by trying to get this wave in, get a bit more pressure onto this bot tower. It looks like Xin Zhao is going to come down, see if they can do something to this bot lane along with Sion and Soraka. UH is somewhat aware of this. They place a ward down. It looks like Ash is caught out slightly. Ends up having to burst, use flash. The Xin Zhao ult come. We see Chains of Corruption get onto the Xin Zhao, going for a root. Varus takes a lot of damage during that. We see the Ash arrow land. Soraka ult has to get popped here. Aatrox ends up coming here. Karma is also here as well. A big shield onto the Ash to try and peel out for her. We see Xin Zhao go down. Sion trying to fight for his life here. Stuck in between Aatrox and Varus. Piercing arrow comes through. The Aatrox V2 just finishes it off. Soraka the only one left alive at hardly any health. Looks like Karma's gonna go and see if she can finish that up. Soraka has to flash. Ooh! Nasty Q by Karma ends up landing. I think it's smart, getting her cleaned up and out of there. It looks like Karma's going to have to fight Ezreal as well. He ends up trying to go into a 1v1 onto her. Will it be enough? No! The empowered Q ends up killing Xin Zhao, also wanting to go in onto this Karma. One of the biggest threats on the team. Another Q comes out. It looks like we're going to have Ash try and rotate here. Xin Zhao still trying to get the 1v1. The shield being huge. Karma gets... almost out of there, but not quite. And Ash is caught out by the Sion Xin Zhao. She uses barrier, but it's not going to be enough. She gets exhausted. It looks like she's going to just... Oh! But her arrow, her R, ends up stunning Sion just long enough for her to get out. Wow. Incredible just chain of events there.
I mean, well played by the Karma throughout all of that. It was good that, you know, UH bot lane took it slow, like really good kiting in that initial fight. And just the Karma zoning, the double empowered Q onto their bot lane, just basically half healthing everyone. And then picking off Soraka and Ezreal. And he was like half a second off to getting the second part of his healing from his empowered W. But the Xin auto did kind of a lot. I don't think he really expected it to do that much damage either. I thought he had one more auto left in him, and then the healing would go off, but it's just a little unlucky. But I mean, all in all, like a big win for UH there.
And they also get Rift Herald from that, Sejuani going top lane to grab that and all that chaos. Looks like both bot lanes have decided to come mid. Xin Zhao wanting to engage ult. They get a kill onto the Ashe. The Chains of Corruption whiffing pretty hard. We have Sejuani coming in. Some control here. Four people mid from Colorado, all waiting in the bush, wanting to get a pick or
That
someone.
was well played by Xin Zhao, the flash and the flash and R. But now for this dragon, he has no R and he has no flash.
So Karma's gonna be here. Sejuani wanting to frontline for his little, squish your targets in the back.
Really good by Aatrox coming here mid to get
Also
mid
here.
prio and like pressuring the mid lane. Like now, CSU has to worry about both dragon and there's bot push and mid push. Someone has to cover mid, someone has to cover bot. So this should be a free dragon for UH. I'm gonna assume someone's gonna cover top here. I think we see Aatrox recalling. And then Karma goes bot and 80 goes 80 or UH bot lane goes mid. Just standard. But yeah, Sion being mid is a little not optimal, I think. Because he has MR into currently double AD. Oh, and we see the Frozen Heart first item from Sejuani, which I like a lot. I mean, Frozen Heart is just, I feel like it's a little OP. Like not just the raw like armor, but the fact that 20%.
Alright, looks like Camille's gonna engage onto the Aatrox. We see Xin Zhao also go in. Aatrox has to pop an ult here. The enchanted arrow ends up coming down, lands onto Camille. Gets Aatrox out of there as Ashe tries to rotate to this.
Just has to be a little careful, but he's spacing pretty well. Good, and then Varus. Yeah, earlier when I said Ashe was level 5, right? Soraka was level 7 at that moment. Now Ashe is level 8 and Soraka's actually still level 7. So, like, I don't know what's really happening, how that even happened.
Looks like UH is prepping for a tower dive onto the Camille here, getting Ashe and Sejuani ready with this Aatrox and this cannon wave. They're going to go in and commit. We see the W come out from Ashe. Sejuani's going to tank. Camille tries to ult to get something out of it. Varus is also here, though.
Wow.
Sejuani and everyone get out.
Sejuani lives there. That's quite insane. They're actually gonna TP going mid. I think that should be Karma. Karma does have really. Oh no, that's Aatrox.
No, it's Aatrox. Was in the bot lane handling that Sion. Varus pushing in top here, getting some really good tower damage off.
Maybe. Oh no, he won't get it. Oh, you might. He needs to be
It's
a
like
little
Ezreal
careful.
and
He does
Soraka are
spot
gonna
them.
rotate for it though.
Oh,
He's gonna commit to taking down
he just
this
wants
tower.
this. He just wants this. Damn.
Ezreal and Soraka get onto him. It looks like it's just over. Oh. Ezreal commits a flash to that though. Was it worth?
I mean, he does get 625. The Varus gets 625, and is this 625 or is this 700? No, I don't know. They like changed something in the season. But Ezreal commits a flash for a kill. Like I don't know if that was necessarily worth it. I mean, it is an Ezreal flash, so it's not as valuable. But
Still good. Just means the next fight they gotta force his arcane shift out and then do their thing.
so I think at this point, UH is just much stronger. Like as a team, like Ezreal is pretty strong as well. Like especially this is probably his like strongest point, or like when he feels the strongest, like mid game when he's at 2 items compared to other ADs. Oh, and we're seeing
Like
that damage.
Ezreal's gonna try and get onto Unison. The Enchanted Arrow lands, but he's unable to get out. Xin Zhao ends up coming in for the ult. Sejuani doing his best to frontline for this Varus here. They both get out. Karma ends up showing up, her empowered Q getting on. Maybe he gets onto the Sion, but he's off.
And this Karma always has ult. Oh, TP coming out from Camille, that's a little unnecessary, but it's good. UH sees that, they back out. Getting a TP out is really nice, especially considering, I don't know what the Dragon timer is, but it should be soon. Like sometime in the next few minutes, which he won't have TP for that, so.
Looks like everyone is going to try and regroup themselves here.
Sion opting for armor boots. So does Camille.
Soraka in kind of a weird spot. Looks like she's trying to set up some vision for this dragon. And Ashe is going to do the same, just going to clear that all out, take away that hard work.
It's good. We have Aatrox pushing out top before fight. This is always good. Someone should be covering that. But maybe they can't because they have no TP anymore. And Sion has heal. So
Gonna have to commit everyone to this drag fight. Colorado wants big fight here.
yeah. I mean, the longer this game goes, the harder it is for Colorado.
I want to try and force something.
Oh.
Try and get
Big damage
with
on
that
Karma. She has
Sejuani, but-
another ult here. She keeps getting
Yep.
it because they're just standing in the second part of the ultimate.
Ooh!
One-shotted by Ezreal.
Nasty.
But they can still play this pretty slow, but they do have to like keep in mind the Sion ultimate and Camille engage, but Karma can continue to just poke.
Looks like Aatrox is going to try and come just for the flank to get that Soraka in the back lane. Sejuani gets engaged on with the Camille ult. We see
Oh,
Varus
Varus
get
gets
engaged
caught
on
here.
as well. Shield comes out from Karma. Karma is playing things back. Aatrox is deep inside the enemy team's backline. Camille tries to get onto Sejuani, but she flashes out. Oh,
Wait,
Aatrox
Xin Zhao.
get onto the Xin Zhao. Xin Zhao's out of position. He ends up going down to the Karma.
I didn't think it saw this
It's
out. Oh,
3v4.
there's an arrow coming
Enchanted
in.
arrow comes
Oh,
in.
okay.
It lands onto the Soraka. Soraka ends up going down from Aatrox. But Sejuani also goes down as well. Karma is a little bit low. Aatrox still pretty far in there in that fight. Looks like Ashe is going to show up too. Launches her W. We see the Ezreal ult come out. And they get a
Aatrox.
kill onto that Aatrox.
Oh, Ashe might
Ezreal
die
is-
here too. Oh, good flash, good flash.
No, good flash.
TP coming in from Karma. Yeah, they can continue to stall this. Camille has to reset. She has no TP. Now it's just Sion and Ezreal. Oh,
Looks like UH is going to try and start this dragon while everyone else on Colorado needs to come back.
I think that's actually a really good pull by the Ashe.
Arcane ship.
Sion is
From that.
resetting, but he has TP now because the unsealed spellbook.
These two teams just want this dragon. Looks like for now, they're going to opt to get some control around some of these waves, around a little bit more of the map before they go and commit to anything on this dragon. Looks like UH is going to find their foothold there a little bit sooner.
Oh.
Looks like Karma is caught out by the Xin Zhao and the Camille. She ends up shielding herself. though.
great ult.
Enchanted arrow ends up missing. Big ult from Sejuani. See Ezreal come down, cleave through a lot of people. Aatrox gets a kill. Another kill within his ult. It's just Sejuani and Aatrox here against these two.
Aatrox.
Aatrox opts to go to the back line. Sion stops him. Ezreal is going to try and get as much damage as he can onto this Aatrox.
Oh,
Sejuani gets on
Sejuani
top of the
misses her.
Ezreal though.
I think they need to kite out. I think they need to just get out.
Frostbite goes up, stuns. It looks like Sejuani's just too low and goes down. Aatrox is too low to keep on fighting. They have to retreat.
Also a great ult by their Camille, dodging the Ashe ult with her ult and keeping the Karma in place. So they do pick up this dragon. I think both teams were a little, like, they really wanted this dragon. Like, they fought a lot for this, but I think UH definitely lost a lot more.
Yeah.
Like there were points where they were like very ahead in the fights, but then maybe they overcommitted a little bit, and then that ended up like, you know, because the Ezreal is basically untouched in most of these fights. So like it appears they're winning, like, you know, they get 2 kills on the front line, but then, you know, the Ezreal is still hitting.
Everyone. Ezreal hurts. Gotta respect him.
Yeah. I also have to notice how Varus seems to be getting hit by like a lot of their engage, which shouldn't be happening. Like, both on a personal like level, like as an ADC, and
Enchanted arrow lands onto the Xin Zhao. Looks like they're gonna engage here. Aatrox ult. Xin Zhao ult tries to ult. Looks like they're gonna go and see if they can get the flash from the back line. Unable to find their way into there.
Camille coming in from the back
Camille
line.
goes in. Ults the
Varus
Varus.
should be dead
They're
here.
trying to
Oh,
peel
wow.
out for him.
Oh my
Varus
god.
almost lives, but is unable to. Aatrox
Oh man.
alive, but
Karma's
Karma
here,
comes
but-
back in.
Wow, this Ezreal is doing so
Aatrox.
much damage. It's actually insane.
The Colorado just has so much damage on their side. It's really unable to get to that backline to handle that Ezreal. It's tough.
Karma looking to just be annoying. She might even be able to get Soraka here. Nope.
Soraka backs off. Looks like Colorado gets the Baron here.
And hopefully UH maybe changes their, their team fight style here a little bit. Considering just, diving the front line and going front to back isn't really working right now. They're sacrificing way too much for a Xin who can't even be hit by most people because of his ult. And the people who can hit him aren't really doing damage. So I think they need to like play for, I don't know, they need to play a little slower with the Karma poke. And even though Varus is going on hit, like Varus, Ashe, Karma, that's a lot of poke going out. But at the same time, they have an Ezreal, so they have CSU definitely has a good amount of poke themselves, just out of him.
Yeah. Both junglers gonna opt to stay around here mid. Which might be looking for something. Ooh, the enchanted arrow ends up missing. See Aatrox go in though onto the Xin Zhao. Looks like Sejuani's gonna try and immediately run to this Soraka on the back line. Aatrox ends up getting taking up way too much damage from that Ezreal. Sejuani also getting low here. Karma doing her best to peel out for the team, but it's just no dice. Varus ends up going down. The Ashe debut come out, another Q from this Karma, but really there's not much that can happen here with these fights. This Ezreal is just demolishing this team. Out, it looks like they're going to try and push this Baron to get more towers. Camille tries to go in, but gets stopped by the Sejuani. Uses her X-Tech ultimate team on the Karma. It looks like we're kind of in there, Sejuani. Aatrox is back. It looks like Colorado didn't back, so they're going to take huge punishment, unable to reset. Sejuani goes in, Enchanted Arrow finds its mark onto the Scion. Karma gets some great damage in on this Ezreal. Sejuani's going to go in, try and get that Frostbite onto that Camille. Looks like Ezreal goes down. It looks like Karma's going to fight this Camille. Gets her W off. Looks like Sejuani's able to finish her off. Soraka's the only survivor of that battle. He's now trying to back.
I think Karma just got like 7 or 8 empowered Qs in that fight.
Yeah.
Okay, they should be going mid here into maybe a dragon setup off resets.
Back to having some control over the map again. This is really good. Both teams are going to commit to fighting this dragon. This might be one of the last fights in this game if Colorado gets something out of it. Actually, if UH gets a lot of kills out of this too, this might also just be the last fight. Looks like Colorado gets good scuttle control. They're gonna know what's going on. It looks like they're gonna want to play Xin Zhao and Sion on the front of their team. Keep that Ezreal and Soraka all nice, cozy and protected in the back. Aatrox is maybe looking for a flank. No. The Ezreal will come out. Xin Zhao gets onto the Ashe, ends up trying to use ult. Uh-oh. It's redemption, ends up killing that Sejuani. They're low. Colorado's going to take the drag. Aatrox ends up popping ult here, but not for much. Pretty quick and decisive fight. Looks like Ezreal's still dealing a lot of damage to UH's front line over here. Looks like Colorado's gonna opt to try and push out this bot lane. See if they can maybe get a tower here, some form of objective with the control that they have. Looks like UH is gonna respond by sending Ford down to cover this. Ooh, unable to catch that recall from Camille. Looks like Enchanted Crystal Arrow comes in, gets onto the Xin Zhao. Aatrox engages. All right.
And this looks like a
He's
pick.
able to get the
Nice, right?
piercing arrow. Behind his smart.
I think they play off Baron here. I'm gonna be honest. Like I think that's their one shot right now. The Xin Zhao down. That's a big chunk of their front line gone. Like arguably, I think, yeah, I think Xin Zhao is actually a lot stronger than Sion and Camille. Like Sion, yes, he's very tanky and he can be in your face, but with that build, he does no damage. He has 0 damage. He's going full utility. Like he has Knight's Vow, shield item, block it, yeah.
All right. Looks like both teams are gonna go around this Baron. UH really wanting to get this while Xin Zhao is down, but he might just come up and it could be too late.
Yeah, I think it's a little too late now. It's unfortunate. I mean, like if they're all spamming it right now, there might be a chance, but it's still like, you know, it's a little too flippy.
Xin Zhao is able to catch up with his team. He's ready. He's here and prepared. Both teams still want this Baron. I know that this is going to be huge. Aatrox finding his way onto the Xin Zhao here. Camille comes in.
Wow, big Ezreal.
Ultimatum come out onto the Aatrox ult to keep him stunned there. Ezreal's able to go in, dealing massive damage to Sejuani. Enchanted Crystal Arrow finds. Oof. Karma's dealing nuclear cues.
Karma doing a lot of damage, but Soraka quite literally healing everything. The Soraka heal kept, I think it was Xin Zhao alive for just so long. I expected a little more damage to be coming out. Oh, like this is dangerous. This is really dangerous for.
Yeah,
CSU.
I don't know. Colorado might be endangering
like
themselves by positioning inside of the pit.
Karma is just perma in power.
So they're gonna go for the flip. Looks like Colorado gets the Baron.
Okay,
this is Sejuani going down from all of this damage, and Varus gets caught out. No one's there to save him.
It's insane how they're losing these fights with the amount of value like Karma is putting in. Like, I'm gonna be honest, Varus isn't getting much opportunities to hit, even with the front line. Or he's just not really hitting. I'm gonna be honest, like as much as you would want him to.
Yeah, it's a tricky fight. I mean, for this Varus, for this bot lane, it's you have this Camille, this Xin Zhao wanting to go in onto you, and they have such good access. Difficult. Oof. 20. It's not going to get cut out there, actually.
If we look at the level, there's just quite a big level difference in the AD, 16 versus 13. It's quite a problem. I think they need to let AD get bought here. Maybe he hits 14. I would hope he does. Yeah, he does.
Looks like they're gonna use that Baron buff, try and get a siege onto that mid lane.
You're pretty good to not lose anything yet. They're probably gonna have to lose this dragon because they're gonna have to cover Baron empowered mid and bot. And their champions don't really clear them that well, aside from like 2 of them. Going on to Sion. Sion uses ult, which is pretty good for UH, but I don't think they're gonna contest this. I don't really think they can.
Oh, it looks like they're kind of moving to go and do something here. Camille a little bit forwards with this Sion. It looks like Sejuani gets a little bit off, but no, UH doesn't want to try and contest that. Too risky.
So we're getting haste and attack speed. It's haste and attack speed, right? The dragon.
Yeah.
Champions on CSU actually do really well with that. Ezreal, you know, benefits from both. Honestly, so do Xin and Camille. Like they do want to rotate their cooldowns. Like especially Camille with her Qs, W, you know, Xin Zhao. I mean, all his cooldowns are pretty low at this point, anyways. But like having the extra haste, like it's a really good dragon. I did like
Stacking it up. Looks like they're gonna get the bot tower here from Colorado. Camille splitting that top lane too.
Karma now does have Morello. Wait, is it Morello? No, Leandrews. Alright. So maybe the fights will change, like the bonus damage and the burn. Like, you know, we're seeing her play these fights really slow, getting a lot of like AoE damage. So we'll see how that works out. But
Enchanter Crystal Arrow just not hit
Ashe.
anyone. Ashe gets engaged on. See the Chains of Corruption come out
TP
onto
coming
the
out
Xin
from
Zhao.
behind. I think one of the
Sejuani in too deep. Alright, Camille ends up using X6 ultimate
oh,
onto that Ashe.
Camille is dead.
See, Sejuani will come
so
out.
is Ashe.
Soraka will also just
Hey, Varus is hitting. Varus is doing a lot of damage here, actually. Varus is finally allowed to hit. Oh, UH, I think, is winning this fight. Oh, but the Ezreal, oh my god, that hit all 5 or 4.
I think it's just going to be Soraka and Ezreal left behind.
Still a great, you know, I would be happy about that for UH, you know, 3 for 2. Especially when you're, you know, in a losing situation. It's pretty nice. So that was pretty good. Like Camille was the one to engage this time, like just to somewhat start it. Like yes, they, you know, Xin Zhao came in, but then, you know, Camille went a little too deep, and UH did great peel for the Varus and Ashe. And it, you know, that is, I think that's why they kind of came out this fight compared to the other fights where they're the ones like kind of trying to get a pick off, and then like it failing.
Might be in UH's favor to actually maybe try and punish some of these plays from Colorado instead of trying to force stuff into them. But that's a lot easier said than done with that team.
I mean now, like Camille's been a threat, but especially now with 4 items, she's pretty scary.
Ooh. This Karma Q is starting to hurt a lot more. Camille barely took one, and her health is just poof.
TPs.
Looks like Baron's gonna come up in about 20 seconds here.
This Baron might decide the game. It is a 40-minute game.
Karma's gonna take a reset here. No, looks like they want to stay around for this Baron that's going to spawn in soon. Bear in mind that this dragon will also spawn in a minute, so...
Honestly, if I was CSU, I would trade Baron for the dragon.
Yep. CSU does threaten Soul here. Hextech Soul is really, really good. Both teams calling all 5 people here to this mid lane. Enchanter Crystal Arrow finds
I don't think they should go hard on this, but that Karma damage is crazy.
Yes.
That is
great poke damage.
But Soraka is healing everything.
Yeah, Soraka is just healing it all up.
But regardless, you know, poke is poke. They're getting prio onto these.
This Soraka doesn't have any Warmons or anything like that, so her getting, you know, using up all that healing does cost a little bit to her own HP bar.
A great poke from Karma, like Xin Zhao is half health already. And
it's like they're gonna rotate, they want to grab this drag. UH has control over this river. Xin Zhao is pretty
really good, really so good with this choke, like the way this Karma's playing. They should get this, they should rush this, and they need to get ready to disengage here.
Right, looks like Camille's gonna go in though. Camille gets caught out a little bit too deep. Ooh, Sejuani misses.
They need to play it slow, they need to just let the poke. They just need Karma poke with the... Yeah, really good.
Oh, Crystal Arrow comes down, misses.
I think UH needed... I think UH should kind of just go straight to Baron.
Looks like Karma's gonna try and interrupt the backs.
Yeah, I think
Ooh,
I think
gets
UH
two
shouldn't
of
be
them.
going to Baron. Like UH should just run there. Like they should
UH
book it.
looks like they're gonna call for Baron here, knowing that Colorado is gonna take
Yeah.
time
This is
to
this is really
reset.
good. This is really good. They need to do it fast though.
Colorado knows that they're on this. They're gonna immediately try and get everyone there. Ezreal's gonna be the first one to
I mean,
get there. He's gonna
they
probably
have
try and pull for
Varus,
Baron.
they have Varus and Karma. They did this so fast. Nice, great macro by UH here. That's amazing. Like, oh man, CSU really messed up. They should have been the ones in control, like picking Baron or Dragon there. And yet UH comes out, you know, the heist. They got both.
I think they tunnel visioned a little bit too much on getting a good team fight in to end up winning the game, and it costed them. Lost control of the river, lost that dragon, and they couldn't get a reset before UH rotated to that Baron.
Karma Karma picks up a Crypt Bloom, which is that's what it's called, right? Crypt Bloom.
Yes.
Yeah. Quite big here, and
Colorado's all 5 kind of here in this bot jungle.
it's a little dangerous for UH to push out in lane because Scion ult. But a little interested in why, you know, they're 5-manning mid with Baron.
And UH should be splitting out a little bit more, especially now that Camille
Ooh,
is
close.
Ezreal arcane shifting out of that crystal arrow.
I think
Yeah,
they
it
should
looks like they're
4-1 bot with somebody. And
Oh, it looks like Sejuani is going to go in for a surprise engage
Oh.
onto the Xin Zhao. He ends up being trapped. Karma W gets the root onto him. See the Chains of Corruption land onto the Scion. It ends up rooting Xin Zhao
Varus is
as
pretty
well.
low. Okay, Xin Zhao flashes. Soraka ult. Oh, Xin Zhao should still be dead here. He has no flash.
Stuck.
Karma is actually just
No flash, no nothing. Gets engaged. But Camille is going to
Oh.
try and use the Hex.
Wow,
But gets
wow,
out from the...
great blast plant. I don't know who hit that, but whoever did, that was, I think it was Ash. That was really well
Ash,
played.
yep.
Really well played on that blast plant. Now UH is gonna 5-man mid here. I still don't really agree with that.
They don't really have a wave, though. They're going to have to wait. They should be sending someone to a different
Yeah,
lane.
I mean they have a wave here, and they might be looking for a dive. I don't know who has ults.
Looks like they're going to just try and siege
wow,
pretty
what
hard.
the
Scion
heck?
ults in, misses.
Scion ulti.
Looks like UH is just going to plan to end the game here and now.
Oh yeah, they do have Baroned up minions, and they actually you're right. They have Ezreal. Oh, and they pick Ezreal here, maybe. Oh, going really deep. Oh no.
They get the Soraka.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Tower falls down. It looks like Scion also goes down. It's just Ezreal.
Hey, UH doing amazing playing this slow. Oh, they're all
Alright,
one health.
looks like they have an
Oh, Ezreal.
open Nexus. They're going to just go for it. Ezreal is trying to defend, unable
Wow,
to do anything,
GG.
and the game.
I guess we were wrong about the side lane. They're just running it. They just ran it in. That's crazy.
Yep.
Well played to UH. You know, the mid game was like a little uh not as good as it could have been, but playing around the karma, letting the enemy engage, I think that really helped them win the game. Or like, you know, I guess like maybe like baiting out an initial engage and then falling
Yeah.
back a little bit, like instead of, you know, going like full in and just like, because what was happening in the earlier fights was they're engaging on one person. It didn't really work out because Zin bought a lot of time with his ult. Sion's a little unkillable. You know, Camille can just ult, you know, dodge a lot of things. And then by that time, like Ezreal was just, you know, maxed out, you know, on Conqueror, everything, and he was just like free hitting. And you know, fights started going. You know, even though they maybe like killed the Zin, right? They're all like
Yeah.
no health, but you know they adapted better towards the end. The karma pick was crazy. I wish I could see the damage on the karma this game because
Yeah.
that pick was nuts. So great pick from Lasius in the mid lane. But all in all, the picks were good. The picks were good. Maybe yeah.
Mhm. It's really solid from UH. I think just struggling to find some footing, I think, with those team fights, like you said.
hmm
I do want to point out that really, really good decision making though by UH to go and get that dragon, get that Baron towards the end of the game, and just push all the way to the end. You know, really capitalizing on those mistakes from Colorado, that kind of dialing in on trying to go for those team fights. You know,
hmm
if you don't need them, don't take them.
Yeah, and really recognizing the end angle because I personally didn't see it. I didn't think.
Hmm.
I think it was a little risky. But they really executed it well. They recognize that Ezreal, Ezreal Sion. I feel like Sion should have died for the wave or stall for time, but they recognize that Ezreal actually doesn't clear Baron minions well at all. They had no one to really clear, so that was great on them for that.
Hmm.
Yeah, great first game, really. Really, it was an enjoyable game to watch. Yeah.
Yeah, really close, surprisingly, from where we thought it was going to go in the beginning.
Hmm.
Really thought UH was dominating there, but then those team fights started coming and things were getting pretty scary.
Yeah. Yeah, that was good. We can go into break now. Yeah. Yep. All right. See you in game two. All right. So here we see the UH. Well, we see the Soraka mid pick for CSU, which is pretty interesting. But I mean, this game once again, just like last game, UH should really prioritize anti-heal. Mordekaiser, Xin well Zaya eventually, and Soraka. Like that's a lot of healing here.
Mhm.
Possibly Renata too. I don't know how. I don't think Shirley heals, but she might like a little bit. And then we haven't. So we have an Udyr top, and I'm guessing Trundle. Yeah, Trundle jungle. So that means that UH should always have grub, just because Udyr is just he's a little unmatched top lane. Like that guy does not lose like top push ever. So
Mm-mm.
we should, and then they have a Soraka mid, so there should always be mid and top prio. So once again, this should be a six grub game for UH. Like I honestly I don't know how that Soraka mid's gonna work.
It's it's an interesting choice. I'm not really sure what they're going to do with it. I mean, considering we saw the Scion last game and they went for a really utility-based thing there, maybe they're planning on something similar with the Soraka, kind of just
Mhm.
running that like double support with this team. But hmm,
I mean, it might be good like in practice because first you have Renata, right? She makes
yeah,
the revive on someone. Well, like, but even before that even happens, Soraka's gonna be healing them, and their champions are really hard to kill. Like Zin's very hard to kill. You can ult if he gets low, and Soraka can just heal, and then Renata can just put the revive thing on. Zaya, she can ult like she's very safe AD for engage, and like who knows, like once UH engages, right, she ults, maybe Zin ults or like Mordekaiser ults somebody, and
mhm.
then Soraka just heals Zaya back up. And if Zaya, the healing isn't enough, once again you have Renata. Like it's gonna be really hard for UH to like go in, I think.
Mhm.
But at the same time,
But
right, if falls behind, if the damage dealer falls behind, like you're gonna be healing someone who doesn't do damage, and then you just have no damage.
yeah, and it also calls into question how effective that's going to be if UH ends up getting control over some of these objectives. I mean, I guess you kind of have the Xin Zhao a little bit of that more there, but you have a really tough time engaging into UH's team. It's
Hmm. Honestly, yeah, like you said, they have a hard time engaging. So I'm pretty sure, like with the way like we have a Udi or Trundle, they can just win off split.
mhm. Yeah, it's we'll have to see, especially if Trindle's able to get, those six void grubs. It's gonna be a really tough game for
Yeah,
Colorado
as
to try and
yeah.
match that amount of pressure on the map. I mean, you send one person, it makes your team fight really, really stressful for
Hmm.
everyone else.
So it really does seem like CSU plays fully for a team fight. Uh,
Mhm.
I mean, not saying that UH doesn't, but like their picks are just straight. Like that Soraka pick, because they're gonna fall behind in lanes and like late game side lane. Like if Udyr goes right, Mordekaiser has to match, or if Trundle goes like Mord has to match one, and then there's still the other, and who's gonna match the other? Like who can match Trundle or Udyr if it's not like Mord?
Yeah, it's hmm. I guess we're gonna have to just see how the game plays out, kind of like last time. It's an interesting draft.
Yeah, they have pretty good delivery too. Maokai Oriana.
Mhm.
Double support still a thing?
No, they nerf double support.
Mm.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I mean the drafts. UH side is pretty tanky, so we'll just see like how safe Aphelios can play it because Aphelios, right?
Mhm.
I don't know if he'll go cleanse. He might just buy a QSS for the Mord. But honestly, even then, right? Like UH still have pretty good damage out of Trundle and Udyr. Like Udyr
Yeah.
is tanky, but like he still does like good chip damage. And of course, like we'll have to see how strong Ori is, but considering
Also,
how good Brandon
mhm.
is or Lysias is, like he's probably gonna be pretty fed.
The thing I'm kind of concerned about this Mord pick though is the entire. I mean, even if you're death realming a Felios, it's like you're kind of inadvertently also taking out part of your front line on Colorado's side. It's kind of leaving everyone else exposed to all those
Right.
tanks. Orianna damage is still massive, even if you're trying to heal through it. It's tough. Like,
Mm-hmm.
well, we'll have to see how these fights and this decision making plays out. It's like UH is gonna probably just again win by putting pressure on different sides of the map, while Colorado wants to try and force them into these team fights.
Mm-hmm. We'll see if these like games are like, yeah. I feel like a lot of UH games are like very high kill, like a lot of action going on.
Hmm.
So once again, UH 5 manning mid. Oh, they might actually catch this guy.
Going for the invade. They're gonna catch Xin Zhao out. We see the flash W come out of the
They
Maokai.
flash
Xin
out
Zhao has to
Zinzao. I
flash out.
think that's an alright trade. Maokai,
Ooh, it looks like a Felios
yeah.
used Ghost as
Oh,
well.
Phineas just goes. Maybe not an alright trade. What?
Oh, that does not get stopped. Colorado's gonna know that OG is gonna be starting topside.
I'm actually kind of surprised no one starts sweeper. Like in games like these, I feel like there's always going to be deep wards. So like sweeper is like not bad to go.
Hmm.
Interested about this mid matchup, to be honest. So Lacius looking to let it push, or maybe I mean level 2. I don't see how Soraka could.
Too much. She really only
Yeah.
gets her E. Um, it's like bot lane over here. UH is gonna really try and play for this level 2 here.
Hmm.
He's playing up a little bit, seeing if he can maybe get an engage. Bit of a punish from that mispositioning. Not quite gonna find it. Um.
Yep, Udyr always gonna get this push. It's like it's so brain dead. It's just so brain dead.
Oh,
Oh,
it looks like a fight
might be
happens
a
in the
kill
bot lane and
here.
auto goes off. A
Okay,
kill from the Maokai Ignite, actually.
Renata just doesn't want to flash.
Just played the level
Yeah,
2.
great by
Got it
UH bot
solid.
lane. Oh, takes a turret shot. That's a little risky. Oh, misses a cannon. -1.
Oof.
GG. Oh, Trundle spotted
Oh,
by
Trundle
Zinzao. Still going for the Soraka.
still going.
Soraka
Soraka doesn't
doesn't
move.
see, or like what's happening.
Looks like Zinzao's gonna go in for a counter gank here.
I think. Oh wow, oh wow, that's a lot of damage. He doesn't
Really
want to flash
strong.
that. Oh, he doesn't have
Soraka
flash.
flash calls for it, but they're caught out. They
Okay,
take a little bit too long.
Soraka
Udyr rotates,
does.
just uses his Phoenix form.
That's
Not as
pretty. I think
here,
that's
but
fine. That's fine for UH.
I mean, yeah, Mord is just trying to get his wave, still bouncing back to that top
Yeah,
tower. Udyr can just come back, catch it all
yeah,
fine.
oh dears.
Looks like they're gonna chase. Renata's still level 1, mind you, for this. She is starting to
She should hit level 2
do
here.
too
There we go.
great.
Yeah,
Here we go.
they're going for Zinzao here. Uh oh, nice try by. Oh, he might get out here. Nope.
No, he doesn't.
Oh, they're gonna go and run on it.
Does audio sound light for you, by the way?
Oh,
Alright, looks like Trundle is gonna go for an invade onto this red buff for Zinzao. Zinzao's
yeah,
unaware. He's just
bot.
gonna be grabbing his chickens
Yeah,
here,
bot has pressure here.
rotating
Uh,
over.
Mid, I think is gonna be playing for push. I would assume. Yeah, they do get this red buff.
Oh, looks like Xin Zhao might get a little bit.
Oh,
Ooh,
Xin Zhao
just
should die
caught out
here.
here. No flash. Gets hit with the gravitum. Oof.
Yeah, UH playing really aggressive here. I like it a
Mm.
lot though. Like I like it a
But it
lot.
looks like Soraka also ran into the jungle.
Yeah. UH
Trundle
doing
wasted 2
great, like
rounds.
with their pressure, like with the fact that they have lanes pushing, they have early game pressure here. Like I like what I'm just gonna Trundle's. I like what Ryder's doing on Trundle here. Udyr just proxying. That's oh we got sound. Let's go.
Velios backing off, giving a bit of respect to the slow push. Knows he just has to wait for Maokai to come back to get a little bit more control.
So
of the lane.
Zenza going for grubs now. I think UH can.
Looks like Zaya's caught out a little bit. Maokai's gonna see if he can go for an engage here. Ooh! As the W gets her flash out. It's like Renata pulls him back in. Gravitum goes off to stun Zaya.
Okay, they're fighting at grubs here.
No.
Okay, they get 2 grubs. That's a. Oh wow! Wait, Mordekaiser's. Oh wait, no, that guy's dead.
Orianna gets her ult onto the Mord.
What the healing?
Oh, the Mord is insane. Trundle is just caught out in that backside there. Mordekaiser gets him down. This
Udyr might die
this healing
too.
onto the Mord is just too much. Udyr is probably going to come down here.
I think he'll be fine. Yeah, he's fine. Wow. So CSU actually just get grubs. That's interesting.
Definitely something we weren't expecting.
Yeah, I don't
going
think
into
that
this.
should be happening, but that Soraka healing with the Mord was, that was a lot of healing. Like, he was almost dead. Like they did chain CC well, like the UH, but then Soraka just healed everything. So a little unlucky. Oh.
It looks like they're going to commit to the fight here down here bot lane. Maokai flashes out. Zaya has no mana really left to do much. Aphelios goes on with the red and white combo. Super deadly W goes on to the Zaya, but nothing
Great
is
by
coming out of it.
UH. Like this
Double kill.
dicey, but like so good. Well played by both of them, but especially
Super confident.
especially the Maokai. Really well played by him. And UH start Dragon here.
Maokai's a little low, so he's going to back. Is also opting to take a reset here. Trundle just goes for that dragon.
No, Orianna not really able to punish the Soraka much when it comes to CSing. She's. Oh, but Orianna does get a tier. I don't know if that's like the standard, but she most definitely can go tier this game because she's laning into a Soraka. Oh, and Trundle looking for a bot gank. It is warded, but I mean the lane is pushing here, so it might not even matter.
Maokai's going to just run in.
I don't think it's possible here.
This.
Oh, yes, Zaya. Oh, Zaya 6.
Zaya's
I don't
forced
think
to use
Zaya
ult.
had to ult there, but it's good that UH got the ult out, and they don't miss too many minions. I think they missed like 3, 4. Pretty good.
Making a little bit of a treat here in the top lane. Actually, this might be a bit more of a full-blown fight between these two.
I think Mordekaiser ult was a little ambitious here. Udyr's a little tanky. And wave is pushed. Okay, so Zinzao invading Trundle's top side. Trundle's still level 5, and Zinzao is now 6. Oh, and Zaya kills
A
Trundle.
tower dive in the bot lane just doesn't go as expected.
Not greatest. But the shutdown did go to Renata. So it's not all all bad. Could be worse. It could have gone to Zaya.
It looks like Renata's able to clean that
Oh,
up with that Maokai. So Trundle's gonna find Xin Zhao in his jungle, gonna try and punish him with this filler combo. Gets chomp onto him. Xin Zhao ends up ulting. Trundle off. Trundle is still level 5, so he doesn't have access to his
Oh, bot
ult, which
lane
is
is
really
up here.
useful.
Well, man, they don't have grub timer yet.
Look, they're gonna be planning something mid for this Soraka. We see the Orianna ult come off. Maokai chases her through the flash.
Oh,
Looks like they get a kill. Orianna invests a flash and her life for that, however. Top lane another.
you know what? It was a good try. Like, it was just, you know, one miss. Q had to flash it and they died for it.
Trundle wants to grab these void grabs, but it isn't possible.
Both
Looks like they're gonna have a
laners
3v3
TP.
here up in the top lane. Mordekaiser taking a lot of damage. Gets Soraka healing though.
What?
Phoenix goes onto him. We see the Renata W come up.
Oh, great Maokai out
Help.
here. The great Maokai out
Maokai
here.
ult
Okay, here
gets
comes Orianna.
Now,
I think they should finish Xin Zhao first here.
Handshake.
nice.
Zhao goes down.
Oh wow, what the?
It looks like Aphelios is not quite able to get the kill there. Randall did have to go back from that, so void grabs are not going to happen.
Mordekaiser TP's top. Mordekaiser does have ult now if they do fight the next grubs, which is a little dangerous for many, you know, all of them really. But Aphelios picking up plates, like, you know, quite a lot of plates, and he's much stronger than Xayah. But the same happened last game, so hopefully they don't throw their lead away in the bot lane. Good poke coming out from Orianna.
Takes a turret chop,
Udyr
though.
able to hold his TP because nothing's happening. He just walks back to lane, which is great. Oh,
Ooh,
oh
looks like
wow!
ult comes out.
Solo kill
Orianna's
from
able
Orianna.
to grab a kill.
Here comes
She doesn't know that
Xin
Xin
Zhao
Zhao's
though,
here,
but
though.
with the size of the lane, he should be fine. Yeah, he has phase rush. Yep.
Orianna gets out, trying to punish this Xin Zhao for stepping into his
Oh,
lane.
whoa!
Gets him pretty low. Renata W gets on. Xin Zhao launches his ult. Maokai flashes in, gets the W onto Xin Zhao. Looks like Trundle's gonna go and clean it up there.
Good bait. A little close, but good bait. Yeah, Trundle takes. I'm surprised they don't just go for grubs.
Looks like they're gonna try and catch someone out here. Looks like that person's gonna be Renata. W gets onto their. Trundle goes onto her, gets a couple chomps off. They invest Maokai ult into getting this Renata. Looks like she's gonna W herself. Soraka tries healing her through it. Nothing comes from it though.
Yeah, I guess they're just gonna go for second Drake. Oh, and maybe Udyr just does grubs on his own? Nope, I guess not. Wow, they just don't care about
Udyr's
grubs. Or maybe they're just gonna do grubs after, but like.
He's gonna opt to push in this wave. Maybe he's gonna go for
Oh,
grubs after
he gets
that.
plates here, you know? Oh, he's gonna go for grubs.
Yeah,
I feel like he
he's
should
gonna
have
go
got
for grubs.
Man, there's a plate though.
And, UH claims Mountain Drag. He drags up on Colorado. Like Trundle's gonna rotate up these void creatures.
This Aphelios is strong. He has
Probably.
Kraken and boots. Like that.
Just can't contest
Yeah.
the lane against him.
And he has both sums. It should be very hard for him to get.
Revenum gets
wait.
on, but he gets rooted. He's gonna try and fight with his Crescendum. Not a W goes on to the. Oh, Renata
Oh.
flash handshakes Aphelios. He's still fighting down there for his life. Gets underneath vision. You see the Xayah R come out. He ends up going underneath. He's gonna use Crescendum. He isn't able to get much off of it. Goes down.
You know, I'm sorry for saying anything. I shouldn't have jinxed it.
The commentator's curse. Orianna tries to get some really good tower damage here though in the mid lane.
Yeah, but
Might just go for it. Wait,
Pretty
look,
good.
Xin Zhao and Soraka are here.
UH do get 3 grubs here, so 3-3 for, you know, CSU and UHE. I think UHE is definitely going to use it better considering their champions. Yeah, UH only 4 kills up, but you know, they are like map wise they are in, you know, total control. Mid turret's almost down, bot turret's almost down, and well, I mean top side is much stronger.
Like Trundle's gonna opt to start the Rift Herald
Nope.
here.
Since out is bot, I think Aphelios needs to realize that since your Trundle is top doing, you know, Herald uncontested, Sinzao is bot side.
Let's have that red and white combo in that bot lane. I don't think Renata and Zaya are gonna try to do anything. Xin here though, they might try and start a fight. Looks like Xin Zhao's prepping for a lane gank here in the bot lane. Get Renata. UH has no vision in that bush over there.
This is really good, wasting a lot of Zinzao's time. I'm sure Zinzao is spotted.
Handshake ends up missing from Renata. Nothing happening here in the bot lane. Rift Herald goes. Bot lane's just...
Oh, Orianna is moving. Oh, no. Just a ward.
Trying to get vision.
Wow.
Those little bushes
Orianna
by the
really
alpha.
strong right now. Orianna has 4 kills. It's up 40 CS. Honestly, almost 50.
Malka's gonna go for an engagement with the Zaya.
Oh.
No, goes for the Renata instead.
and Renata
Handshake misses.
Misses all.
Looks like misses ult as well. Maokai ult comes out. It looks like Aphelios is able to get a snipe onto her.
Oh.
Oh,
You know.
but Moonlight Vigil misses.
Oh, Bali needs to watch out here for CSU. They can 100% get dove. I think they're going to have to just give up this turret. Zaya is so disrespectful for thinking this turret's going to even save her. TP coming out. Yeah, she's dead.
Yeah, Orianna just grabs it.
UH
Tries to get on the Orianna, but she gets out.
need to play this
Mordekaiser
slow
is here.
with the Mord. Mord has flash and he can ult. Okay, Udyr gets mid turret.
Gonna try and rush down this tower and then start a fight here. No, looks like they disengage.
Great macro here out of Udyr. You know, he got the mid turret. Now he's gonna push top. He has to force someone to come here. No one has TP actually. He might even like be able to chip away at this turret. He might even get it. I don't know how fast he takes it. Yeah, he definitely does get this with the grubs. So big lead here. I think UH like went up maybe like 1.5 just straight out of turrets, and then there's dragon spawning, which is third Drake. Soul is gonna be Ocean, which is good for both teams really. I mean of course Ocean Soul is gonna be good for both teams, but with the tankiness of UH and the lack of, you know, like damage on CSU, I think it's much better on UH here. And CSU already has healing anyways.
Looks like this drag is gonna come up in about 20 seconds. Looks like UH is gonna try and maybe set up for this. Not a whole lot of vision control from Colorado here in this kind of bot side for this. And they have a bit in their own jungle, but it's kind of no man's land in that bottom river where this dragon's going to be coming in.
I think the good thing about the Maokai, like the player, is that in both games he's like moving around a lot, but when he's in lane, he's actually like making things happen. Like he's always engaging, he's always trying to do something. Like there's a lot of value coming out from Unician, Mr. Donald.
Free ocean drag from that pressure. It looks like Mordekaiser's gonna try and fight this Udyr here. This is Death Realm. Udyr trying to just hold out as
like
long
crazy.
as possible.
Very
but he
close,
gets
very
pulled.
close. He needs to keep hitting so he can charge his Empower W or whatever the shield is.
Rift Herald come
Down
down
be
near
heralding
bot lane.
bot. Zaya is coming, but now mid's wide open. Aphelios is going to be getting a push here.
It's like Orianna uses ult onto that Zaya.
I think that's not a bad ult. Like Zaya has a recall. I think, yeah, this is good. And now Maokai and Trundle are both hovering mid. Yeah,
Gonna siege this
solid
tower
macro here.
Colorado is going to come in. Pillar of Ice stops them from really getting anywhere close, though. That slow just...
I think UH should hold mid here. It's like Zaya forced to match this Orianna. A little dangerous for her. No, Maokai walking down. Yeah, UH playing this a lot more controlled. It seems like they're, you know, making things happen. And they're going for this Udyr again, but like, I mean, oh,
Oh,
good stun by Udyr. Yeah,
Udyr
good,
just-
good. And they could
he's right back.
maybe look for this. Renata's coming up, but Mordekaiser does
Oh,
not.
looks like they're in a 3v2, though.
Mordekaiser
Renata
does not
is
have ult
with
here.
her W.
Mordekaiser is getting a bit strong though, so they need to, you know, worry about that. You know, Mordekaiser with the Soraka. It's gonna be pretty hard to kill him, and he's gonna just be doing damage to everyone the whole entire time. Oh, looks like they're.
You know, getting this ward.
He's just getting a push in to go to.
They might be prepping for... No.
I'm surprised this is the angle they look for rather than the one just now. Okay, they're not looking for it. Yeah, they don't have to do too much. Like, they have a 5k gold lead, they just need to play it slow. It's not like they get outscaled either. Like, they just need to
Nope.
play it slow.
So they're going to call for Baron here.
You have no vision at all, but they are walking to it. But Orianna does have TP here.
So they're going to get off and try and turn.
Oh, good pillar.
Pillar of
Good
Ice!
Good pillar.
Absolutely separating the team. Hostile takeover only gets onto the Udyr. Turns out has to ult. Everybody's all bunched up. Elias in the back, his red and white combo, ready to fight. He ends up getting Moonlight Vigil onto the Mordekaiser. Mordekaiser's just getting on top of him. Mordekaiser ends up autoing.
Orianna just, I don't know if Orianna just shielded Aphelios there. He most definitely could have.
Zaya ult come out. Zaya's just in the back wailing on this team. Putting in the work. Soraka healing everyone.
Yeah, that healing is kind of crazy. Well, if they go for Herald here, I don't think they even try to contest that. I think they should just go mid to go for tier 2.
They're going to stick around, though.
Oh,
Well, Maokai goes for an engage here. He ends
so
up
I think
just
they're
dying
just-
for it.
I think they're just okay. Big poke coming out from Orianna. I think they're just trying to let them not get Baron here.
Yep. Soraka struggling to really put in any more healing, almost out of mana and health.
Honestly, this mid laner is saving them from a lot, like mid and I guess, you know, the Maokai support. Like, I think they did this last game too, where they denied like a few objectives just alone. But yeah, Lasius guy is putting in so much work. Actually, honestly, I think it's my first time watching him play, like in an actual game. So perhaps I'm not used to the mid laners being so good. No offense to the other people.
Looks like they're going to try and get something off this Trundle here, but no dice.
Yeah, Udyr is pushing top. Like, this is... I think UH should be comfortable.
Maokai
they're
ult comes
fighting
out.
this. I feel like UH should...
Triple root hostile takeover completely whiffs, though. Right. This is a bit awkward.
Trundle lives. That's... Oh, Trundle died almost.
Mordekaiser just in this.
Baraka dies here, though. So that's a big part of their team gone. Aphelios is still... Oh,
Mordekaiser
Aphelios is dead.
Mordek. Yeah. This is...
I felt like Udyr could have just kept going top. I think UH is a little like that drag last game, the third Drake, I think, like, or second Drake. They care about these dragons way too much. Like, you can give up
Yeah.
this Drake. It's only a first for them. Like I think like a mid push and top tier 2, or you know like it would be a lot more beneficial than this dragon. Like, you know, you guys, like, you know, their team fight is strong. Like, they're drafting for team fight. You have split pushers, right? Like, I think you just want to split.
Yeah, UH has gotta not get caught up in basically what Colorado did last game. Gotta realize that like they gotta play to their team strengths, you know, the split pushes. If they're gonna take those team fights, you know, try not to engage into them. Get into a position that's favorable to where you already have control of the game for them.
Like once again, we see Aphelios like starting off great, or you know the AD player starting off great in lane, and in these team fights, he's like really not able to do much. You know, and now he's 5-5. I think at one point he was like 4-1. And Mordekaiser becoming a really beefy front line right now. Like this, I feel like last fight everyone was hitting him. Like Soraka's just healing, Renata.
Renata's
They're gonna
caught
pick off
out.
Renata
Gets
here.
pillared, gets the W.
Okay,
Gets sniped by the Aphelios. Gets
they're
grabbed him.
really good on them for backing out there. I was worried they were gonna keep going.
Aphelios might be. No, not investigating. Mordekaiser.
UH still is ahead 3k gold, and see once again like Oriana's pushing side, right? Like this is great. Like that's their strength here. I think this is like they should just play like this throughout the whole game. You don't have to do much. Like you are the one with control. You can just play it slow and get objectives. Like maybe they're being a little too greedy for everything, right? But when you're ahead, right, you can just play slow and then you just win. Oh, what?
Renata also kind of just coming out. Gets caught out. Gets flash, but gets hit by the Maokai W. Gets grabbed him. Hostile takeover. Ends up
Oh, TP's coming out. Wait. Mordekaiser's just in all on his own. Oh wow, big. It should be a
out.
yeah.
They root onto the Xin Zhao.
Oh,
root onto
okay, this is
Xayah.
Baron.
Yep, Gravenum comes out. Aphelios finishes up the job there of Xin Zhao. All 5 still alive, training for 4. Rocket can't do anything.
I think
here.
after this they go 3 mid, 2 or 3 mid, 1 top maybe, or 4 mid.
Just need to play to their teams, you know, expertise. Gotta the splits in, the pressure around the map.
So they decide to recall here 2 of them. I guess they don't need everybody. Oh really? I feel like
No, they're
oh really? I mean maybe this is the tempo
all
play.
Udyr's gonna be the only one on the map to really push anything
Wait,
after
seriously?
that.
Wait, would you personally just go for mid tier, like the turret there and then reset? Like I feel like they could have just like slapped it up.
They probably could have. They probably could have gotten rid of that mid turret and then maybe reset or done something, but
Or like doesn't that open up a lot more play for you having that mid turret gone? I get.
Probably.
I'm sure they can still get it, but like.
It's like Malka's gonna wait and lie. Renata's caught out again. Moonlight Vigil comes out.
Great pick.
Oof.
So now they have player advantage, so hopefully all players are pushing lanes here. Like we see the value of this Maokai a lot. Like he is getting all these picks. It's really just him. I mean that's why we see him with 19 kill participation out of 22. Like he's putting in so much work. And Udyr is pushing in top. Like this is great here. They just need to play it slow, like slowly chip away. No need to rush. Like Soraka is definitely not going to be able to match a Trundle. So Mordekaiser has to come. But now they have 3 mid and 1 top.
It's great. Udyr's getting tower top side.
I mean Udyr can just ignore this guy and just hit the turret. Like this guy.
Backing off though. Oh. Looks like they're gonna try and focus the Mordekaiser down here. Hostile takeover ends up hitting this Trundle, gets him onto the belly or Oriana.
Oh.
That big Maokai ults. Looks like they're struggling to really whittle down this Mordekaiser. There's so
No,
much
Aphelios
healing
is
coming in from
smacking the
Soraka,
turret,
but Aphelios just
inhibitor.
taking in this inhib.
Now they get top turret. This is good. UH is playing. Alright, they're playing very controlled. Since oh, Aphelios is a little dangerous. Little dangerous here.
Chick comes out onto that
Oh,
Aphelios.
nice
Almost
flash,
leads
good
to him
flash.
dying. In here, it
But
looks like,
UH just
ooh.
win. I think they just win here. I don't think they can do anything to stop this.
These towers, it's just Renata and Soraka. There's not much to be done. Yep.
Oh, yeah,
Looks like
GG. I mean, I'll be honest. Yeah, Maokai is great. So yeah, that was a lot better game than the first game. That's for sure. Like there was one
Yeah.
rocky moment really, which was a team fight. But I mean, you can't win every team fight, right? But
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, all in all, really good game. Macro was way better, I think. I mean, they picked better
Hmm.
champs for macro, that's for sure.
Yeah.
And yeah, really good play by once again the Ori and the Maokai. Like honestly, everywhere. I
Hmm.
mean, so was Trundle. I'm gonna be honest. Like Trundle was also everywhere, right? But it's like when it came to like getting the picks themselves, like it was and putting value. Like even though Oriana's scoreline, yeah, 617, like the KP wasn't really there. Like he was everywhere. He was everywhere when
Yeah.
he needed to be, right? And he punished the Soraka for picking the Soraka. He got so far ahead. So yeah, really good by mid and support this game.
Yeah, UH did a great job, I think, handling that kind of strange team comp Colorado threw at them for those team fights. They were like, once they realized if they can just make Colorado play their game, their split push thing, it's pretty much done for them. They can't quite match it. So really great improving on that from the first game where they were really struggling to adapt, I think, to those new strategies.
Hmm. And thank you for UH for making this a quick 2-0 and go home. Yeah. But GG's to UH. Really good way to start off the season. Uh, hey man, they got more wins already than they did last season. So good job.
Mhm.
Good job.
Alrighty,
But, yeah,
GG's
GG's.
UH.
Well, look, that was the outro.
Okay.
Yeah.